The sky was always gray on Calder 7. Dust floated in the air, covering everything with a layer of sadness. This was a forgotten planet. No flowers, no joy. Only traders, broken machines, and people no one wanted. In the middle of the busy alien market, she sat alone. She was not fully human, and not fully machine. Her name was Lena. She had silver skin with blue lines running through her arms. One of her legs was missing, just metal wires where it used to be. Her left arm was robotic, old and scratched. But her eyes were still alive, golden, watching everything. Above her head, a board hung from a rusted pole. It said, "For sale, 1 broken alien girl, price 1 prosthetic leg." People walked past her. Some laughed, some looked confused. Others didn't even see her. "She's useless," a short alien merchant said to another. "No one will buy her." Lena said nothing. She just sat there, legs crossed, staring at the ground. Her thin fingers were holding a small piece of cloth. It was all she had left from her old life. She had been sitting there for 3 days. She hadn't eaten since yesterday. Her body was weak. The port where her leg should be was sparking now and then. Her robotic arm was slow, and her power was running low. Still, she waited. Every person who passed reminded her she was not wanted. Not human, not machine. Just broken. But she remembered a time when she wasn't broken. A time when people respected her. When she had a purpose. A flash of memory came. She was standing in a white uniform. Soldiers saluted her. A spaceship behind her. Something about war. Something about betrayal. But then, darkness. She closed her eyes. The memory faded again. "Poor thing," an old alien woman said, shaking her head. "She's too strange. Too damaged." Then he came, a tall human. Wearing a brown coat and dark glasses, walked slowly through the market. He looked like a traveler. His name was Eli. No one knew where he came from, but his eyes were sharp, always searching. He stopped in front of Lena. She didn't look up. She thought he would walk away like the others, but he didn't. He crouched down and looked at her face. "How long have you been here?" he asked gently. Lena looked at him for a moment, then looked away. The merchant stepped forward. "She's been here 3 days. She's quiet, doesn't talk much. Wants a leg, that's all." Eli looked at the sign. "A prosthetic leg?" he asked. "Yes, that's her price. We don't accept credits for her, only trade." Eli opened his bag. He pulled out something wrapped in cloth. It was a high-tech prosthetic leg, clean, advanced, strong. Worth more than the entire market. The merchant's eyes went wide. "You're giving that for her?" Eli said nothing. He placed the leg gently on the table. Then he turned to Lena. "Do you want to come with me?" Lena looked at him again. Her face didn't change, but something in her eyes lit up. She nodded. "Then she's mine now," Eli said. The merchant laughed nervously. "She's all yours, human. Just be careful." "She's different." Eli helped Lena stand. Her robotic arm wrapped around his shoulder for support. She could barely move, but he held her carefully. "Why are you doing this?" she asked softly. Her voice was dry, almost mechanical. Eli looked at her. "Because someone once saved me too." They walked away from the market. The people stared, confused. Why would a human trade something so valuable for someone so broken? But Eli didn't care. He didn't see a broken girl. He saw something else, something important, something dangerous maybe, but beautiful. Behind them, the merchant watched and shook his head. "Foolish human," he whispered. "He doesn't know what she really is." The rain on Calder 7 didn't fall like Earth's rain. It hissed. Acidic drops touched the metal roofs and sizzled like oil in a pan. Eli held a small shield over Lena's head as they walked through the empty road. Her new prosthetic leg made small clicking sounds with every step. Still weak, she leaned on him. The city lights blinked in the distance, red, blue, and broken. Robots limped through the streets. Drones flew overhead, scanning for movement. No one paid attention to a quiet man and a damaged alien girl walking together, but someone was watching. They reached a small room at the edge of the city, a safe house. Eli opened the rusted door with a thumb scan. Inside, it was quiet, dry, and warm. A single light buzzed from the ceiling. The walls were lined with old tech, tools, and maps. Lena sat down slowly. She looked around, unsure. Eli gave her a hot drink, black and bitter. She held the cup carefully with her robotic hand. He watched her. Her eyes still carried silence. Not fear, just silence. Like a storm that hadn't broken, yet. Eli finally spoke. You haven't said much since we left the market. Lena looked up. You didn't ask much either. He smiled a little. Fair enough. For a moment, they just sat in silence. Rain tapped the windows. Somewhere in the distance, a machine exploded. Then Lena asked, Why did you help me? What do you want? Eli sat back. I don't want anything. No one gives something for nothing. I know, Eli said. That's why I'm not giving. I'm trading. For what? For the truth. About you. Lena's grip on the cup tightened. He continued. I've seen girls sold before. Slaves, machines, hybrids. But none of them had eyes like yours. What do you think you saw? Pain, but also power. Lena looked away. Eli stood up, pulled out a small toolkit, and pointed to her leg. Can I check the fitting? Make sure it's working right? She nodded. He gently examined the connection point where the prosthetic met her thigh. The metal was fused into synthetic skin. Perfect technology. Too perfect. This leg, he said softly. It's not just any model, it's military. Top level, Black Ops grade. I know. How did you know? Lena paused. Her voice was quiet now. Because I designed it. Ayla stopped. You built this model? She nodded once. Years ago, when I worked for the Royal Weapons Division. You were a soldier? No, she said. I was the weapon. Eli sat down slowly, trying to understand. His voice dropped. They made you? Yes, from both alien and human DNA. I was born to protect something. But then, everything changed. What happened? I failed. I lost the war. They threw me away. The light in the room flickered. Lena stood up. Her new legs supported her easily now. She took a step forward. But you walked into that market. You looked at me like I was a person, not junk. You are a person, Eli said. Lena stared at him. Then why do I feel like I'm still for sale? Suddenly, the screen on the wall turned red. A bounty alert popped up. Wanted, hybrid code L943, Alina. Reward, 50,000 credits, dead or alive. Eli cursed under his breath. He looked at her. They found you. No, she said calmly. They found us. Outside, a sound echoed mechanical boots, coming closer. Eli grabbed his pulse gun. We need to move now. Lena's eyes glowed. Slightly, golden sparks flickering. No, let me try something first. She walked to the door, her steps smooth now. She raised her robotic hand, opened her palm, and the fingers began to shift, transform. A hidden weapon inside. Something powerful. Eli watched in shock. What are you? Lena turned her head slightly and said, Something they tried to bury, but you just dug me back up. Asterisk, the first bullet never reached her. It froze midair, hovered, then dropped to the floor like a dead insect. Lena didn't flinch. The bounty hunter on the rooftop stared in confusion. His rifle jammed. His HUD screen blinked red. Target shield, unknown tech, malfunction. Eli didn't know what he had just seen. But Lena knew, the prosthetic leg he gave her. It wasn't just a leg. It was a key. 10 minutes earlier. They had been running through the back alleys of Calder 7, dodging bounty bots and air drones. Eli had mapped every exit route in his head, but Lena didn't run like she was escaping, that she moved like she was leading. "Where are we going?" he asked. "There." She pointed to an old communications tower. Eli frowned. "That place hasn't worked in years." She replied, "Exactly." The tower was dark and dead. Metal vines climbed its sides, and a broken sign blinked once every few seconds. K7 emergency station, decommissioned. Inside, it smelled like rust and time. Lena walked directly to the center. She knelt and placed her new leg, Eli's leg, against the floor panel. It hissed. A blue light pulsed under the metal. Eli stepped back. "Okay," he said. "You're gonna tell me now. What is that thing?" Lena looked up at him. "This leg," she said, "was not designed to help someone walk." She pressed her heel against a groove in the floor. "It was designed to unlock this." The ground trembled. The floor split open. A circular platform rose from below, revealing something old alien symbols, glowing lines, and a floating orb in the center. Eli blinked. "What in the galaxy is that?" Lena stepped onto the platform. The leg began to glow. The orb responded, rotating, scanning her body. It stopped at the leg, then at her eyes. The machine spoke in an ancient voice. "Biolock confirmed. Unit L943. Access granted." Suddenly, the air shifted. A hologram appeared around them. Stars, ships, battles. It was her past. Eli watched as the story unfolded. A younger Lena, complete with both legs, standing tall in silver armor, leading troops across a planet under siege. A war between two ancient alien races, both dying, both desperate. Lena was not just a soldier. She was the last hope engine, a living weapon with 5 biomechanical implants. Each piece activated a different ability: strength, defense, memory, command. And something unnamed, but something went wrong. She disobeyed orders, protected civilians, refused to destroy an entire city. For that, they dismantled her, erased her memories, removed her implants one by one, then sold her as junk. The hologram faded. Eli was silent. Lena turned toward him, her face calm but cold. "Now you know. You were made to win a war," he said slowly. "I was made to be a machine," she corrected, "but I chose not to." Eli walked closer. "That leg, I found it in an abandoned Terran black market. I had no idea what it was. You gave me back a piece of myself." But before they could speak again, the tower shook. Explosions, shouts. Bounty hunters had tracked them. "Move!" Eli shouted, grabbing his blaster. They rushed out the back, Lena now running faster, stronger with every step. Her leg glowed with new energy. She kicked down a steel door like it was made of paper. Outside, 3 bounty hunters in mech suits stood ready. The lead one growled, "Turn in the girl, human. Walk away rich." Eli raised his blaster. "Walk away alive. That's your best offer." Lena stepped forward. Her eyes were golden fire now. "You want the broken girl?" she said. She stomped her new leg into the ground. The ground cracked. A shockwave sent 2 of the mechs flying. "Come and get her." In seconds, it was chaos. Eli fired. Lena fought, like lightning, moving with grace and power that even she didn't remember having. One bounty hunter tried to grab her arm. Wrong move. Her robotic hand split into 3 small blades. She cut through the mech's chest like paper. Eli stared. "You're remembering," she nodded, "piece by piece." After the fight, Lena stood still, breathing heavy, sparks flying off her fingers. Eli came beside her. "That was impressive." She looked at the stars above, blinking through the acid rain. "This is only the first piece," she said. "There are 4 more, scattered across the galaxy. And if we find them?" She looked at him, her voice calm. "Then I become whole, and they'll come for me with armies." Eli smirked. "Good, let them try." Asterisk, the signal left the planet. Before the dust even settled, a small drone damaged, leaking oil floated into orbit. Its last task, send one message. Target L943 active. Weapon fragment reattached. Location, Calder 7. The signal was short, but it was enough to wake them all. Far across the galaxy, in a black fortress buried inside an asteroid, a queen opened her eyes. Her skin was smooth like glass, and her body was half living, half machine. She didn't speak, she didn't blink. She simply stood, and the machines around her began to move. She's alive, the queen whispered. After all these years. Back on Calder 7, the sky was orange now. Lena sat inside Eli's ship, a small, old freighter called Wanderlight. Her hands were shaking, not from fear. From memory. She had just destroyed 3 armored bounty hunters in under 90 seconds. Her body remembered how to fight before her brain did. Eli came in, tossing her a clean towel. You okay? Lena nodded. I think my systems are unlocking. The leg triggered something. Like a code? More like a door. Inside me. Eli opened a storage locker and pulled out an old star map. We can't stay here. Every bounty hunter in this sector is going to see that alert. They already have, Lena said. She turned the ship screen toward him. It was full of live bounty channels, all flashing the same target. L943 confirmed alive. Reward increased. 120,000 credits. Level, Omega threat. One voice even said, she's a failed Queen's experiment. Find her before she finds the others. Eli frowned. What others? Lena looked at the stars. There were 5 of us. 5 hybrids. 5 weapons, each with a piece. And you think the others are still alive? If they are, they're in hiding. Or worse, being used. Eli started the engine. The ship hummed, coughing dust into the air. Where do we go first? He asked. Lena closed her eyes. The memory came like a whisper. A hallway, a prison, a name, Delta 6. She opened her eyes. There's a mining moon near the Red Nebula. They called it Delta 6. I think one of the others was sent there. Alele. Tap the coordinates in. Then we head for the Red Nebula. As they left the planet, something followed. A long, thin ship, black and silent, latched onto their trail. It had no flag, no name. Inside it, a creature made of wires and bone. Lick the air. Its only mission. Capture L943 alive. Or in pieces, 3 days into space travel. Lena began having dreams. But they weren't dreams. They were files, hidden inside her memory, locked deep. Now slowly opening, she saw a young boy with metal wings, a girl with fire in her eyes and chains around her arms. A silver coffin marked Unit A001, floating in space. She woke up screaming. Eli rushed in. What did you see? She looked at him, eyes glowing. I saw my brothers and sisters. I think they're calling to me. Later that day, they landed on Delta 6, a cold moon wrapped in blue ice. The mining station looked abandoned. But someone was still inside. They walked into the dark tunnel, torches in hand. Echoes of machines hummed below. Suddenly Lena stopped. I remember this place, she said. Eli looked at her. You've been here? She nodded. No, I was locked here. After I failed the Queen's order. Eli put a hand on his blaster. Stay close. As they moved deeper, a voice echoed through the hallway. Lena, is that you? She froze. The voice was deep, robotic, but familiar. I waited for you. From the shadows, a figure limped out. A boy, no older than 18, both arms replaced by black steel. Half of his face was missing. It was Unit B777, her teammate, her friend, her brother, but he wasn't smiling. He was holding a weapon. Why did you leave us behind? He asked. Lena's eyes filled with tears. I didn't choose to. You were the Queen's favorite. We suffered while you slept. I didn't know. She's coming for all of us, Lena, he said coldly. And maybe this time we shouldn't run. Eli stepped forward. We're not your enemy. The boy raised his arm, and it changed into a plasma blade. Then prove it, he said. Asterisk, before he was a weapon, he was her friend. Before he raised a blade against her. He used to laugh. Lena remembered that now. His name was Kai, Unit B, 777. They trained together, fought side by side, laughed in secret tunnels. Now his half-metal face showed no feeling. His arm had become a plasma blade, humming with heat. Prove you're still one of us, he had said, or I end this now. Eli stood beside Lena, weapon ready, but she held up her hand. No, she whispered. This is between me and him. The underground of Delta 6 was silent. Cold air wrapped around them. Pipes groaned in the dark. Lena stepped forward. You think I abandoned you, she said. I didn't. Kai's robotic fingers twitched. You were the Queen's favorite. You had memories, choices. We were kept in cages. You flew free. I didn't choose freedom, Lena said. They erased me. I woke up in chains just like you. Kai's glowing red eye narrowed. Then why now? Why find me? Because you're my brother. For a long second he didn't move. Then the blade disappeared. His hand dropped. He turned and walked deeper into the shadows. Follow me. I'll show you what she left behind. They followed Kai through metal tunnels until they reached a hidden vault. Inside, old test chambers, broken stasis pods, and cryophiles still blinking. Lena walked slowly. Her fingers ran across the glass of one chamber. Inside was a metal spine curved like a serpent floating in red liquid. She called it the core. Tail, Kai said. Part 3 of the weapon set. It attaches to the nervous system. Increases combat instinct, pain response, rage. Lena shivered. I remember this. I refused it. Kai nodded. And because of that, she gave it to me. He pulled back his coat and showed her the tail. Fused to his spine, alive, breathing. Eli stepped forward, shocked. You still carry it? Kai looked at him. I never stopped being a weapon. Lena turned toward the glowing chamber. The energy from it was calling her. Her prosthetic leg reacted, vibrating faintly. She left us pieces of herself, Lena said. All of them alive, all of them waiting. Why? Eli asked. Why create living weapons and scatter them across the galaxy? Kai answered, because she couldn't control us all at once. So she broke us and waited for us to destroy each other. Suddenly, the lights in the vault went red. An alarm blared. Lena turned to the screen. A ship was approaching. Fast, silent, and marked with the Queen's symbol. Kai's voice dropped. She found us. Outside the vault, the black ship landed. With no sound, its wings folded in. A hatch opened out, stepped a tall, thin creature with no face. Only wires and a crown of bone. The Queen didn't come herself. She sent her watcher. Eli grabbed his gun. We hold them off. We leave. We survive. Lena looked at the glowing core tail. If I take that piece, I'll become stronger. Kai stepped forward. You'll also lose yourself. The rage, it doesn't listen. It burns. Eli looked at her. It's your call. Lena stood silent. Behind her, the watcher entered the tunnels. Echoes of metal steps came closer. She reached for the chamber. Placed her hand on the glass. The core tail moved, like it remembered her. Her fingers shook. Eli watched closely. Lena, you don't need to be more powerful. You need to stay you. Kai said nothing. Just watch. Lena closed her eyes. And stepped away. No, she said. I don't need another piece to win. I need all of us together. Kai stared. You'd risk losing to save us? Lena nodded. That's what makes us stronger than her. The moment broke. The watcher appeared at the vault entrance. Its arms unfolded. 4 long energy blades spun from its wrists. Kai turned. Then let's see what we can still become. Asterisk. The three stood side by side. Lena with her prosthetic leg glowing. Kai with his metal spine arched and ready. Eli with a pulse rifle in one hand and defiance in the other. And when the Watcher charged forward, they did not run, they rose, together. He wasn't always the man who saved her. Once, he was the one who hunted her kind. Eli stood in silence while Kai repaired a busted power cell. Lena sat alone, staring into the firelight that danced on the stone walls of the mountain cave they were hiding in. Outside, cold winds screamed across the frozen cliffs of Delta 6. Inside, another kind of storm was building. Lena's voice broke the silence. You lied to me. Eli didn't answer right away. She stood and stepped closer. You didn't just find that prosthetic leg. You knew what it was. You knew who I was. Eli took off his coat. Underneath, a symbol was tattooed into his arm, faded, but not forgotten. Lena. Froze. It was the sigil of the Purge Corps. The same soldiers who burned her city, wiped out her people, and delivered hybrid children like her to the Queen's labs. I was one of them, Eli said quietly. A long time ago. Kai stood, fists clenched. You were a purifier. I was a weapon too, Eli said. Just not made of wires. Made of orders. I didn't ask questions. I followed commands, until... He looked at Lena, his voice cracked, until I saw a little girl. Half metal, hiding under the body of her mother. Crying without sound. I didn't pull the trigger. I walked away. I left the Corps that day. Lena's golden eyes locked with his. Was that girl me? Eli looked down. Yes. The fire popped. Time stretched thin. Then Lena whispered, so you didn't save me now. You're trying to fix what you broke. Yes, Eli said. But not because I feel guilty. Because you reminded me what I should have been. Kai stepped between them. You can't trust him, Lena. Lena looked at Eli, then at Kai. I don't trust anyone, she said. But I choose who I fight beside. She turned back to the flames. Later that night, as the wind died down, Lena stood outside the cave. The stars above were sharp and cold. Eli walked up beside her, keeping his distance. You said there were 5 of you, he said. You, Kai, and 3 more? Lena nodded. 1 is dead. 1 is lost. And 1. I think she never stopped fighting. Where is she? She used to be called Echo. We called her the voice of the storm. The Queen couldn't control her. Alili's brow tightened. And you think she has a piece too? She has more than a piece, Lena whispered. She might have the core. The heart of the system, Eli exhaled. So what now? Lena turned to him. Her voice was clear. Now I stop running. I find Echo. I bring the others back and I end this. Not with revenge, but with choice. Suddenly, a deep vibration shook the ground. They rushed back inside. Kai was already up. We've got company. Eli checked the screen. Stealth ship, not bounty hunters, too clean. Lena looked at the signal. A strange signature flashed. This code, she whispered. It's hers. Echo, Lena nodded. She found me first. Outside, a sleek ship landed. No guns, no guards. Just a tall woman walking down the ramp, her cloak made of liquid light. Her eyes glowing silver. Lena stepped forward, heart pounding. Echo? The woman smiled. You remembered. But her smile faded. You also brought him. Her eyes locked on Eli. Kai stepped beside her. He's one of the old ones, a purger. I know, Echo said coldly. I saw him burn our brothers, and now you protect him? Lena stood still. He changed, did he? The air tensed. Echo raised her hand. A wave of force shot toward Eli. Lena stepped in front, took the hit, fell to her knees. No more killing, she said. Not for the past. Echo looked down. Her eyes softened, just a little. You've changed, she said. But that doesn't mean the war is over. Lena looked up. Then help me end it. Not with fear, not with fire. With all of us together. Echo paused. Then slowly extended her hand. I still have the heart piece, she said. But if we do this, we make enemies out of gods. Lena stood. Took her hand. Good, she whispered. Let them bleed. The queen didn't speak in words. She spoke in pressure. When her warship arrived above Delta 6, the gravity bent. Birds fell from the sky. Rocks cracked in silence. The stars dimmed. Inside the mountain vault, Lena felt her bones tremble, not from fear. From connection. She's here, Echo whispered. She came herself this time. Lena nodded. Because she knows I remember now. Kai checked the blast doors. We hold her off until the system charges? Eli shook his head. We won't survive a direct attack. Lena stood in the center of the vault. The pieces of her past were all around her. The prosthetic leg, glowing blue. The memory spine, humming from Kai's back. The core heart, floating inside Echo's chest plate. And her own mind now fully awake. I wasn't built to win, Lena said softly. I was built to believe, to make others believe. Echo stepped beside her, then lead us. The walls shook. The queen's voice poured into the chamber, not as sound, but as thought. Come home, my child, let me fix you. Lena stepped forward, looking up toward the ship above. No, she said. You had your chance. The queen descended, her body more machine than life now. Wires for limbs, a face of perfect silver. A crown that pulsed like a living mind. She floated into the chamber. Behind her, thousands of drones. Armed soldiers, synthetic beasts. She smiled not with warmth, but with ownership. You still don't understand, she said. You were never broken. You were incomplete. I made you a star, and you chose to flicker like a candle. Lena looked at her team. Kai, Echo, Eli, all broken. All complete in their own way. You made me a tool, she said. But I became something else. The queen lifted her hand. The chamber shook. Echo dropped to one knee, her systems glitching. Kai's tail sparked. Lena felt her mind being pulled. Bent. Eli ran forward. Lena! Fight her! But Lena didn't move. She closed. Her eyes breathed. And then whispered, I am not your creation. Her leg pulsed. Her spine lit. Her heart sensed with Echo's core. The room exploded in light, not heat. Not sound, just truth. The queen screamed, falling back. Lena floated upward. The implants no longer looked like tech. They looked like wings. She spread her arms. And every weapon in the chamber deactivated. The soldiers dropped their guns. The beasts lay down. Even the queen paused, flickering. What? Are you? She gasped. Lena stepped forward, her voice steady. I'm what happens when you build a weapon, and it grows a soul. The queen attacked. Her body transformed into pure energy, diving straight at Lena. But this time, Lena didn't. Block. She opened her arms. And absorbed her, not to destroy, but to end her rage. To stop the cycle. To choose peace. The room went silent. The queen was gone. Only Lena remained glowing, but calm. Her eyes no longer golden, but soft. Echo whispered, Is it over? Lena smiled gently. No, it's just different now. Later on the ship, they flew quietly through the stars. Kai looked out the window. We could disappear, hide forever. Eli walked over, or we could help rebuild what they broke. Lena turned to them. Her voice was light, human, whole. I'm not a weapon anymore. I'm a choice. She looked at the stars, her past behind her, and finally whispered, I'm not for sale. I never was.